All right, here we go. Here's the first live stream in a little while. How is everybody doing? Shout out to those of you who are tuning in early. Guys, smash up the likes. Smash up the likes. Let's get a little bit of positivity going on here, because I know a lot of you guys are going to be upset with what's going on in the markets today. Bear with me while I just check everything's okay for this live stream. Let me know as usual. Audio good, video good. I did do a test, so hopefully we're all good. Shout out to Devine Co. I don't know how you say her name. Saying, hit up the likes to beat the YouTube algorithms. That's exactly what we need. It's the first live stream we've done in maybe like a month. So if you're excited for this like I am, then yeah, do me a favor, smash up those likes. Edwin saying FOMO buy. Dude, I feel the fucking FOMO right now. I am so keen on buying Bitcoin right now. Purely because it's a support zone. It looks horrible. It looks like it's going to keep on dropping, but it always does at the bottom. And the fact is, it's a support zone, you know. So anyway, we're going to get into that a little bit later on in this live stream. For now, I'm just going to wait for you guys to drop your comments and let me know if everything is okay with the YouTube live stream. It seems like there's a huge delay. That doesn't matter too much, but it would obviously be better if there was no delay. So I'm just going to wait for these comments to come in. This is making me think I might have a technical issue. So bear with me while I check this just to make sure we're all okay. Yeah, nobody is saying that the video is ready to go, that the live stream is ready to go, which is super strange. Am I even live? It says I'm live. See, this is the one thing I can't test for. I can only go live once. That's the problem here. That's so strange. See if I can get this working. I mean, it looks like we're live. Yeah. Okay. Okay, perfect. All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Perfect. All right. Sorry for that wait, guys. Let's get straight into it. All right. So as I speak, but I wanted to go on a hike. I was trying to be a healthy guy today, but yeah, Bitcoin was dumping faster than I could make a video on it. Look at that. Look at this on the hourly time frame. I'm going to be breaking it all down for you, giving you guys my analysis, telling you absolutely everything I'm seeing and all of that good stuff. And I'm going to tell you where I think we could be going next, and give you guys some information on the kind of trades I want to be making and so on. The good thing about charts like this is, look at that volume spike right there. That's a huge volume spike. That's absolutely bloody enormous. When did we see volume like this? Let me zoom out, make these volume bars a little bit more clear to see. This is on the hourly time frame. I cannot even zoom out far enough to show you when we had volume like this last. The last time we had volume this big, it was a green candle, and it was on the 10th of January. It was this candle right here. This was right when we fell into the 40K range. This is probably going to be a little bit hard to remember for some of you guys. But yeah, that is there. See how you guys are doing in the comments. Good that everything's okay. How you guys doing? Welcome to the live stream. Let's go back to the current price and talk about what I'm seeing right here. So yes, quick dump. We had a quick series of dumps right here. We slowed down, but we continued to move down anyway. So the direction has still been downwards. Then we sped up again. Then we slowed down again. And now we've sped up again. So quite a relentless downtrend right here. We've essentially got what I'm going to label as, let's just count this real quick. Let me take a naked chart, because this is going to get very messy. Essentially what I want to do here is, look, see, we had this first big dump, the quick one. Then we had number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5, basically. That's what I'm seeing right here. I'm seeing 5 waves of, you know, what is essentially the same dump. And that to me is a clear sign that actually, we could be looking at, a market which is overextended. I mean, if I just hide the candles real quick and we just take a look at these lines, this is quite aggressive. What we see with these lines more or less is that the market is not getting any relief. This is a big drop. I mean, from this high to our current price, it's down by minus 22% in 4 days. I mean, you guys hear me saying this all the time. Someone's asking for Luna in the comments. We're gonna get to the altcoins. Don't worry about that. One of the things that I always say obviously is we need corrections, we need relief, and I was saying in the previous video that this relief can come at any point now, kind of between 35 and 29 roughly. It's a big range, but we're now more or less at the bottom of that range. There's not much lower we can go. We can go lower, and we very well might, but this is the lower half of the support zone that we have available. And what I'm seeing here is just extreme irrationality, really. I mean, there's no other way to put it. The market is just selling off without any break whatsoever. Now, one of the things I want to look for is, just kind of watch these candles, see if I can spot any potential reversal patterns. This candle, I mean, we're only 10 minutes into it, so I don't want to talk about it too much, but we are starting to see, we had a little bit of buying support right here, a nicely sized wick pushing the candle back up. This wick is even bigger. This is our previous hour of trading, the hour that just ended 8 minutes ago. This candle saw a bigger recovery than any of the other candles so far, and we're holding relatively well. The low that we hit was 30,300 more or less, and that is okay. You guys are really interested in Luna. Let me see what's going on with Luna. Oh damn. Okay. All right. Yeah, Luna's just fallen off a cliff. I mean, yeah, guys, this is exactly what happens to your standard shit coins when the market's not so exciting anymore. Where's the dominance at today? The Bitcoin dominance. How is it not moving up? That's so strange. I don't understand. Is this data lagging? That's so strange. But yeah, Luna falling off a cliff right now. That's interesting. The problem with Luna, and I said this before, is that it doesn't have support. I mean, you shouldn't be surprised by this. If you were watching this YouTube channel, guys, do me a favor and smash up these likes right here. What are we even doing? What are we doing? We got 100 likes. Come on, let's pump this shit up. Guys, we were warning about this on the channel for a while. These coins don't have support, or didn't have support. Now they're down. When I was saying it, they didn't have support. And so if things get bad, they drop really quick. Not only do they not have technical support, but the reason they don't have technical support is because they don't have psychological support. People don't care about these coins. They buy them in a rush and they sell them in a rush. One of the things that I just want to point out is that when you have a lot of people buying an asset, that's not a good thing. That means that a lot of people can then sell the asset. And that's the side of things that people don't really think about. You want to be in the coin before people start buying it, and then you want to be the guy that sells on the people that buy it. And so obviously in a circumstance like this, that's just not working out. The problem with Luna is, it's got a little bit of a support zone right here. I mean, it penetrated the support pretty quickly, so I don't really know how useful this is going to be. But I mean, below this, there's another huge drop here, essentially halving again. In order to fall down to its next zone of support. And this zone of support, I think, is going to be quite significant, stretching between $18 to $24. I think that this support zone could be very, very important for Luna. And I feel like if this zone doesn't hold, we're probably going to fall down to this one. This is not new analysis. I was talking about this before. You guys who are tuning into these videos and live streams, smashing up those likes, staying subscribed to the channel, are going to know all about that. Wow, we've just tripled the likes. That's amazing. Thank you very much. I do appreciate your support. Guys, I'm trying to do more of these live streams when the market is volatile, but there's no use me doing them if these live streams don't even hit the notifications of people who've switched on notifications. So the only way we can deliver these notifications that we've tested extensively is you engaging with the video. So anytime you hit that like button, it really does help a lot. I know it's just one click for you, but it does make a difference. Moving back to the Bitcoin chart, let's take a look at our support zone. I drew an interesting line right here. I drew an interesting line. Let me draw this line on another chart so I can show you what this line means. All I did right here was I took the top of this sell-off. And I drew a line to the bottom of this sell-off. This is where the sell-off started to slow down. So to me, this is phase 1. Phase 2 would look like this, and phase 3 would look like this, right? All I did was I took this line, and I moved this to the beginning of our current sell-off, which started right here at $39,000, basically $40,000. This was our failed breakout. And I used this to give me a potential target of where the market might bottom, because that's how strong the previous sell-off was. Again, if we kind of calculate this from that high to this low, it dropped by minus 18.3% or $8,800. And if we look at something similar, this is obviously a slightly larger dump, but it's more or less the same dollar drop right here of roughly 8,800, or in this case 9,100. And the reason I use this is, generally when you're in a downtrend, again, what's very useful is to be able to separate this market in terms of different phases. Beginner technical analysts just don't really know how to do this or don't even think about it. But obviously, if you've had a little bit more experience in the game, it's a lot easier to do something like this, right? And so if we take a look at this, for example, on the 4-hour time frame, you can see very distinct phases in this market right here. If I just drop another line right here, you can see like this phase was a quick sell-off, this phase was a slow sell-off, and this phase was a quick sell-off, which is very similar to what I was saying at the beginning of the live stream, because this sell-off functioned in much the same way if we zoom in even further. And I'm not going to do that because I've already done it 5-10 minutes ago, but this is something very, very important, and I use that to potentially tell me how far this dump can go before it sees some sort of relief. And what's very important to note is that we didn't get relief on this move down here. When the market was selling off, we didn't really get any relief in the classic price sense. In this case, our relief came in the form of having a time-based correction, where the bears were not able to keep pushing the price lower, and instead the price was actually able to hold itself sideways steady for just a little bit, in order to potentially regain some energy, and then they mounted the second attack right here. And that is very important. We get two types of corrections. Number one, we get price-based corrections. So that would mean right now, obviously, we're in a downtrend, so the correction would be to the upside. If we're in an uptrend, the correction is always to the downside, because we're correcting the trend. We're getting ready for our next attack. That's what corrections do. It's the same thing as consolidation. We can either get a price-based correction moving up, or a time-based correction moving sideways, or very, very likely as well, this can turn out to be one of those big capitulation candles. One of the other things I want to draw your attention to is just show you kind of, this is overwhelmingly obvious right now how we've managed to sweep this low. That's pretty bearish. That's pretty damn bearish, and actually it gets a lot worse than that. I'm going to talk to you about the bullish stuff as well, because you guys know the deal. I said it at the beginning of this live stream. I am so fucking tempted to buy Bitcoin right now. I've been saying it since we were at like 37K that I think now is a good time to start considering buying Bitcoin. Now is that time, and I think if I wasn't on a live stream right now, I would probably buy some Bitcoin spot, because I'm very lucky to have some cash on the side ready to enter the market. And I would like to use that capital now. I can't do that because I'm on a live stream at the moment, but I think there is a good chance that I will end up doing it relatively soon. Just given that that's a very random question. Someone just asked me what's my favorite wine. I don't even drink wine. Just given that, the price is so low and it's at a support level. So I'm still not worried. I told you guys this from a long while. Until and unless we drop below 30K, I'm not worried. And even if we do drop below 30K, we have support at 20. And I famously said that I will sell my house to buy Bitcoin if it drops down to $20,000. Realistically, I don't think I would do that, but I might sell a car or something. Maybe I sell the Ferrari in order to, in order to buy Bitcoin down there, because that is the opportunity of the 2020s, in my opinion. That is the best opportunity we would get this decade to buy Bitcoin if it drops down to 20K, because it's just such an obvious buy. You know, obviously a better entry would have been $3,800 in the March coronavirus market crash of 2020. But there was always a little bit of fear. You know, you wouldn't really know, like maybe Bitcoin's going to die or whatever. If we drop down to 20K, it's just so much more obvious that the market is going to recover, in my opinion, because it's the previous all-time high. So back testing that would actually be the single healthiest thing that we can do. And my God, you better believe that if we hit 20K and get a bounce, that I believe we're probably going to skyrocket hundreds, you know, potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars higher, but definitely over 100K. I think that's very likely. I mean, I'm not a financial advisor. You guys know the deal, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing right there. Now, one thing I do want to draw your attention to, and this is one pattern that we were looking at, is the kind of rising wedge pattern that we had in this market here. And by the way, guys, thank you all for smashing up the likes. I can see you've done that. As you've done that, by the way, the views are ticking up, so that you can literally see how your click, your show of appreciation is instantly helping the channel, you know, reach more of the viewers that actually want to see these videos but can't. So, you know, I do really appreciate those of you who are showing your love, and if you don't want to or can't, that's totally fine as well. But this rising wedge right here, you know, I mean, was quite a clear potential continuation pattern. It is something we were talking about. I was hoping that we would actually be able to find support and rally up higher, but we haven't. I did mention, you know, we ended up getting a few of these, you know, what I call kisses of death, you know, where we fall out of the range and then we back test it, get that kiss of death, and then drop down. Yeah, that's ended up working out for Bitcoin, dropped a further 25% from there. This is quite a bearish continuation pattern, and yes, we have now fallen out of it. We can give ourselves a target, and the way we can give ourselves a target is actually just measure the height of this channel, and then move that to the breakout point, and we have already overshot the potential breakout to the downside. We've already potentially overshot that. So, you know, that is something to keep in mind. Again, just showing us how we are potentially overstretched. Fear and greed index is at 11, ladies and gents. 11. You know, I mean, we haven't seen a reading like this for a while. What's our ad today? What do we have? No toilet paper. I got a toilet paper ad today. I don't know where the fuck they get this shit from. Okay, this is a Lotus ad in LA. This seems a little bit more applicable to me because I'm a car guy, and I love LA, but I don't know where this toilet paper ad is coming from. Yeah, the last time we had a fear and greed rating like this was towards the end of January this year, on the 23rd of January. So let me just bring us back to what happened on that day. The 23rd of January was... well, it was basically the price action here when Bitcoin fell from 40 down to its low at 34. Not only that, you know, if we look at, for example, the RSI on the weekly time frame, we've got quite a low RSI, and this actually is the lowest RSI reading that we've had. And the weekly chart gets way worse, by the way. By the way, ladies and gents, for those of you just tuning in right now, do me a favor. Rewind the live stream. Do not watch from here. Rewind the live stream. I've only been live for like 15 minutes, so you're not going to miss much. Watch it on 1.5, watch it on 2x speed, and then you'll catch up. This is probably going to be quite a long live stream. I haven't even started going through your questions yet, but I can see that you're dropping them in the comments, so thank you all very much. And also, you know, I'm just watching these likes tick over. Guys, I love you all so much. Thank you so much for that support. RSI right here, if we take a look at the reading, the RSI right now is at a reading of 34, and yeah, the last time that we had a reading this low was when it was 33.5, and it was the week of the March coronavirus market crash of 2020. This obviously was the the famous crash where everything dropped massively, but then very quickly recovered because economies around the world are so heavily manipulated right now. It's like nobody fucking knows what a free market means, and everyone's just interfering with the economy, and by everyone I mean every government. And governments always make great decisions, right, when it comes to interfering with the economy. So that's brilliant. And it was sarcasm if you couldn't tell. So the RSI is very, very low. And the thing that I want to remind you all about is what the RSI means. The RSI stands for relative strength index, and what that means is that if we're seeing a low reading on the RSI, we are lacking strength relative to what was happening before. This is an index of strength, and so if the reading is low, it means we have an absence of strength. If the reading is high, it means we have an abundance of strength. So that's very important. Reaching oversold territory does not necessarily mean that we are going to bounce. It just means that there is an absence of strength, which you could interpret as weakness. So the reason this is important is, again, it just shows you that with a lot of different factors, a lot of different data points, this market is in a very, very delicate place right now. It's also just on the edge of a massive collapse. Obviously, it's got this support. I draw the line differently depending on my mood, but I mean, we're basically looking more or less at like $29,000 to $30,000 for this red line. I'm sorry, for this green line. Today, it's at 29.5. It doesn't really matter. The same point prevails. This is the gap we're looking at. You already know the deal. I'll talk more about going down to 20K because I know many of you guys are rubbing yourself off to that idea. I certainly would be as well. Because 20K to buy Bitcoin sounds pretty damn cool. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. Unfortunately, the bad news for the weekly time frame doesn't end there. The worst part about it is what I'm going to show you next. And before I continue, I just want to make a quick note to say, look, like, I am not here to spread fear, to make people scared and worried about what's going on in the market or anything like that. But what I am here is to absolutely not lie and not sugarcoat things just because I want likes, just because I want you guys to keep coming back to my channel because I'm giving you hopium as a drug. That's not what this channel is about. This is about brutal honesty. This is about, yeah, fuck me. We're both down 30%, mate. In the past, like 2 weeks, we're both down because I'm in this market too. And I'm probably way more invested percent-wise of my net worth than like most people watching this video right now. So I feel the pain too, but that doesn't mean I start ignoring truth. In fact, it means I look truth dead in the eye and I acknowledge I might lose a lot more money. And that's fine because I'm going to recover it and I'm going to keep trading this market. I'm going to make money if the market is moving down. I'm going to make money if the market is moving up. That's the way we do it inside of 4Fly's VIP. And that's how I'm going to be doing it now as well. Just before I carry on here, if you do want to jump inside of 4Fly's VIP, then check out the steps on screen right here. We are, bear with, we've just shared information on the next trade that I'm taking. That's been set. That information is set. I haven't set the orders yet because I'm on a live stream. But VIPs know what I'm going to do. It's already been posted. It was posted in VIP literally 15 minutes ago, exactly 15 minutes ago. We broke down what my next position will be, where I'm entering it, where my stop loss is, what leverage I'm using, the targets or lack thereof because I don't have targets yet, and a few of the reasons that I'm entering the trade. That's in VIP right now. Every single trade I make goes inside of VIP along with an explanation of what I'm doing. It's super, super in-depth. Now is the time. Let me just blast this off to my team. We're going to do a 25% discount starting right now. I should have told them this before. I only thought of it before the live stream. Yep, so if you do want to jump inside, now's your chance. And there you go. These are the steps on screen if you want to jump inside of VIP. You already know the deal. There's only one place to be if you're trying to trade these markets right now, and it is Bybit. Obviously, depending on where you are, you're going to get a message like this telling you that you can't use Bybit depending on where you are in the world. I use a VPN whenever I get this message, so I'm not saying you should, but in fact, you shouldn't. You should be a good citizen, but I do, and Bybit is my preferred exchange of choice. This is the only place I want to be trading at a time like this. It's the only place I trust to keep my funds, to not encounter issues, to not get scam wicked or anything like that. Bybit is the spot. It's also linked in the description, and you're going to get some free money when you sign up using my links. So do check that out if you like free cash. In the description below, just pause the live stream here, go sign up. It'll take you like a minute, and then we can we can get going with some of those rewards. So that's going to be fun. Let's see. Stop being a blue ball and give us. Yeah, so let's get back to the analysis here. The thing that I wanted to talk about, what is this? Thank you very much. The thing that I wanted to talk about is the bull market over? Are we entering a prolonged bear market until halving? I absolutely do not believe that's the case. We can talk about that in a little bit. I have a lot of thoughts about that. I'll talk about that all in just a minute. Let's go through some more of my analysis. What kind of Ferrari have I got? I've got a Portofino. I was so fucking close to buying an SF90 when Bitcoin was here at $49,000 at the end of last year. I was ready to do it. I was in the showroom. I was about to buy it. It would have been such a good hedge. I would have saved myself from losing 37% of my dollars. So that would have been my second Ferrari, but I figured I'm too young for an SF90 and I should wait. And that was stupid. I've never regretted buying a car, but I certainly have regretted not buying cars. So it's an interesting take. Anyway, let's talk about this weekly chart. This is where the smiles are going to end. Take a look at this, guys. Yeah, by the way, I see you guys reaching out for VIP. You're already being responded to with that new pricing, minus 25% off. Bam, right here. Just pause the video and reach out. Let's not waste any more time. The weekly chart, we had a pattern that looked a little bit like this. We were following it quite closely. In fact, I think it's already printed on one of my charts. Which chart is it? Right here. Yeah, this is the channel we were watching for Bitcoin. I specifically just want to draw your attention to the yellow parallel channel. Forget about the green lines, and I'm going to delete these red lines. These red lines are not important. Just focus on these yellow lines right here. Bitcoin was in quite a nice range that started from our previous all-time high in 2017. We were sticking to this range really well, and losing this is a big deal. The reason this is a big deal is, well, first of all, we've displayed a lot of fucking weakness, just to even get here. I mean, depending on how you draw this, you can even say that we've closed below it. I don't want to bend the chart too much, but this is bad. We're also, quite a few percentage points below this range as well. If we measure this, we're 10% below. So you can't even say this is a fake out. The only thing going in Bitcoin's favor right now is that the weekly candle has not closed yet. And so, we very well could recover back up within these next 6 days until this weekly candle closes. Will we do that? I don't know, but we definitely could. And, then it wouldn't be so bad. At that point, it would literally just print a wick like this, and then we would come right back up, and we've done that many times before. We've had big wicks like this. So it's not the end of the world like that, but it's absolutely not a good sign. This is about one of the worst things that could have happened, because one of the key things you've heard me talking about for a while is that, the market has had some, really nice support to enjoy, with the longer term chart. And one of the indicators I was using to make that point is, here we go. This is the second big bearish sign that I'm seeing right here, is that we had our Ichimoku support on the weekly time frame. And now we've lost it. This was probably Bitcoin's best bet, in my opinion, to rise up, but it couldn't use it, and it ended up failing. And here we are. We're now, again, 10% below that support cloud. It's gone. It is gone. The cloud is closing up. I mean, admittedly, it's probably going to, close up into next year, because this is the weekly time frame, so it moves very slowly, but this is bad. Losing the support zone. This is the problem. We have pretty much ran out of support. The only support that we still have, which is the main area of support, it's the main one that I'm watching, is this yellow box. This yellow box is, of course, a key area of support for Bitcoin, because it's acted as support for Bitcoin quite a lot historically. If we look at this moving back a little bit, see what's going on in the comments and all that. Look at VPVR. I will do so. Thank you very much for the recommendation. I will definitely do that. Pull the channel over the previous stream of lows. Guys, if you want me to look at a particular chart, can you just send it to me on Telegram? Because I can't understand what you're asking me to do sometimes. So please just send me charts that you want me to look at on Telegram, and I can bring them up on stream. For your questions, just keep dropping them in the comments, and I'll be reading that. Guys, as well, if you're finding this useful so far, then smash up the likes. If I'm calming you down, if I'm just giving you a little bit more of an insight on what's going on in the market, do me a favor, guys, smash up those likes. It helps the channel so much. I really very much do appreciate it. If you're able to do so. Let's take a look at this. So this support zone obviously has acted quite well for Bitcoin. Going back, we've formed really aggressive dumps down to this support zone. I just want to make this point clear to you guys right now. Let's switch it on to the 3-day chart. Switch it on to the 3-day chart. Let me put this in perspective for you. The second time we ever tested this zone of support, within one 3-day period, we dropped down 27%. The next time, within one 3-day period, we dropped down 30%, right? Afterwards, right now, where we're at right now, we've dropped down to this area 15% within a 3-day period. The reason I'm showing you this is to put it in perspective how Bitcoin has formed really aggressive dumps down to this price level in the past. You know, like stronger than what we're looking at right now. Okay, we've had 2 big corrections in the market to the downside. Right, we had this rally up followed by this very quick correction. I mean, most of the correction happened right here. And we've had this correction, which took a lot longer. You know, to reach the absolute low, it took a lot longer. You know, this low and, you know, these lows, more or less the same. So I'm not counting that. This low is significantly lower than our previous one, right? So that's to say that this correction is happening much slower than this correction right here. And it's just not as intense. You know, when I'm looking to understand what's going on in the market, I want to be able to kind of like read between the lines. And one of the things I can do to read between those lines is looking at the strength with which we've fallen down to support levels, or I should say the weakness with which, you know, how weak was it? How strong was the downtrend? And I'm seeing evidence of this downtrend being weaker than the previous ones because it's slower and because it's not dropping down as intensely. Those are 2 very, very important factors, because the next question I have to start considering is, will this support area hold? Now, obviously, it doesn't have to. Anything can happen, and one of the key things I mentioned a little bit back is that we could be looking at a capitulation candle right now, and I haven't even spoken about that yet. I'm going to get to that a little bit later on in this live stream. If you're excited for that, you already know what to do. Make sure you are subscribed as well and ticking the bell. I'm sorry if it gets annoying to hear this, but you know the deal. This is YouTube, and I got to play the game. Fourflies just dropped in to tell you I'm not worried about the smackdown. I was waiting for the smackdown with cash. Locked in a beautiful trade today. Shout out to you, 50 ducks in a hot tub. I love that name, by the way. This is the attitude, man. I mean, you know, let's get a sentiment gauge in the comments, by the way. How are we feeling today? Are we scared? Are we worried? Are we excited? Are we a mix? How are we feeling today? Let me know in the comments. If you're able to type right now, if your hands are free, let me know in the comments how you're feeling, because I'm curious. Me, personally, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I'm probably like 20% scared and 80% very excited. Like, as in super optimistic, excited for what's about to happen. Because this is where, as a trader, I roll up my proverbial sleeves and I start getting dirty and playing around. Like I said, I've already shared details of my next trade inside of VIP. That happened exactly 20 minutes ago, or exactly 25 minutes ago. So that's already there. All right, what do we got? We're bored. It's a mix. Feels like a super scary shakeout. Bullish, excited, probably 10% scared. Okay, oh, you guys are pretty positive. We got some alpha traders on this YouTube channel. Wow, look at that. All right, a couple people scared. Scared sighted. I like that, scared sighted. Feels like a bologna sandwich. I'm not American enough to know what bologna is, bro. Yeah, you guys are right there with me. A little bit scared, mostly excited. Yasser lost all his money. We all did, bro. This is part of the game. This is what we do in Bitcoin. We lose our money and then we make a lot more money. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. In a moment, I'm going to talk about the dollar index as well. I know so many of you guys were asking for me to make a video on the dollar milkshake theory. I asked you guys to let me know if you want me to make a video on the dollar milkshake theory, and so many of you said yes. And it was actually to the point where I decided that I'm not going to do that on my own. I'm going to get the guy who pioneered the theory to make that video. So the guy's name is Brent Johnson. He is the one who kind of came up with the theory, as far as I know. And I'm going to get him on this YouTube channel to interview him and give you guys some content for it. So, hopefully it goes through. I don't actually know, but I think you guys are really, really going to be happy with that. So that's going to be cool, and we are in contact with him. So that's why I didn't make the video. But I'm going to talk about the dollar index as well in just a moment. The S&P 500 is trading right now as we speak. So I'm going to be talking about that in just a moment. But for now, let's talk about this support again and just bring ourselves back to the market. Again, I'm seeing some of you guys, quite a few of you guys have already reached out for your VIP entry that is discounted. So I'm just going to bring this up on screen again if you missed it. And of course, you already know the deal with Bybit. This is the only exchange I'm going to be ripping my trades on, only exchange I have been using pretty much for the last few years. And it's linked in the description. When you sign up using my link, you're going to get some free cash deposited into your account after you make your first deposit. So all you got to do is sign up using my link, make your first deposit. It takes like 1 minute to sign up, and then another few minutes to make a deposit. And the deposit can be any amount, and you're going to get some free cash for it. The more you deposit, the more cash you're going to get for free, which you can trade with. So definitely check that out if you like free stuff. But let's move back to the market. Again, this support zone, like I said, has held very nicely. Could we punch right through it? Absolutely. If this is a capitulation candle, then this can get very, very ugly. I think this was probably a capitulation candle as well right here. Capitulation, let's just define what capitulation means real quick. I want to give you guys the dictionary definition because I don't actually know it. The action of surrendering or ceasing to resist an opponent or demand. So surrender, basically, submission, yielding. That's what we're looking at right now potentially. But again, capitulation candles, they don't have to be huge. Let's take a look at some of the other capitulation candles we've had. Again, we're still on the 3-day chart, so it's a little bit of an awkward read, but we can still work with this. The big capitulation we had during the March coronavirus market crash was minus 43%. Minus 43% down. That's quite a large capitulation candle. It's probably the biggest one I've ever seen. Back here in 2018 when we fell from 6,000 down to 3,000, shout out to those of you who were watching this YouTube channel back then. We not only predicted the drop, but I managed to trade it inside of VIP and pull a 60% profit. These series of candles were also what I would consider to be capitulation. Within 6 days, we dropped down by minus 36%. But the candles themselves, the biggest one was roughly a 25%, maybe a little bit more drop. So that was definitely capitulation. And that is kind of what we're looking at in terms of what capitulation can generally come in the form as. So this can definitely get a lot bigger with that in mind. We're only down 15%. So capitulation candles can get a lot bigger than this. The reason that I think we're still probably looking at finding support in this range is purely because, in this market, we've actually been able to, drop down to this support area, which we've been able to make good use of before. We were capitulating down to these levels before multiple times, and it held. If we lose this area, I cannot expect support for quite a while. And so I wouldn't be surprised if there was a little bit of a pause, and that's kind of what I'm looking for, because if we get that pause, we can then start reading into it. The thing that I want you guys to keep in mind is that if we look back at where the fear and greed index was as low as it is right now, every single time, guys, it was a big sign the market was about to pump up. Right here, we're looking at kind of like, May, July. That was nearly, wow, that was a year ago. That is insane. That year has gone so quickly. We were seeing consistent readings around, the low teens, the 20s and so on this fear and greed index. We're now back into that range, but it always happens at market bottoms. I mean, obviously, kind of basically everything from the middle of May to the middle of July was the bottom for the market. Look, middle of May to basically middle of July, this is where the market bottomed out, but that's where people were most fearful. So this is to say that, we can stay fearful for a while, but it doesn't necessarily mean we have to drop down. The next time that we had similar readings, I mean, this wasn't necessarily similar, but this was kind of like towards the end of September. That was right here, and again, that was at a major market low before we ended up continuing rallying up. So I'm just showing you what's happened in the past, putting this all into a little bit of perspective for you. The next times we got very low readings, again, were, around the beginning of January this year and the end of January this year. And if we take a look at this is probably the exception. We had a very low reading right around over here, and we did end up dropping down. But towards the end of January, again, this was the next zone that we had. Let me draw this for you. So we had very bearish sentiment here and very bearish sentiment here. I've shown you basically, 4 examples on a very large macro scale of when people were extremely bearish, and only one of them ended up being, what is the word? Worth it, as in like, worth worrying about. So, we're back in that right now. And again, it's at a support level. So, I mean, there is a lot that's going against Bitcoin's favor right now. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to paint a super bullish image for you guys, because it's just not bullish seeing so much of a drop. But what it is to me is an indication of, some relief having to come in. I mean, things don't drop down forever in a straight line. Even if we are in a horrible downtrend, we have pauses in these downtrends, and that's exactly what we've had right here. This was quite a relentless downtrend. It was slow, but it was relentless. We didn't really get any relief. I was calling for relief for a very long time, and then we finally did end up getting that relief, and look at how big that relief was, and now we've formed quite a large dump again. Relief needs to come in. That is my point, and I just don't see us dropping down to 20k before at least first seeing some sort of relief. Because we've dumped down so much, I think that there is some potential for almost like a V-shape correction, where, the market, and this will probably only happen if the dump really intensifies for, an hour or two. If we, for example, like quickly wick down to like 28,500 or something, and then continue to rally up, that's the kind of thing that can trigger these kind of V-shaped corrections, and this can end up, seeing us towards, the mid 30k range, which is like $5,000 higher than right now. I think that's definitely doable for this market if we get one of these last minute kind of sell-offs. Obviously, every time zone in the world has seen this dump happen now. America being the last time zone, well, I guess Hawaii, well, that's still America, being the last time zone in the world, to like wake up and see what's going on. So the whole world has had a chance to react to this dump by this point, by now. And again, to me, that is an indication that, look, if we were going to get a big relief rally, we probably would have triggered it by now. And so in order to get one, we might need to, and it doesn't have to drop down to 28, by the way. I mean, it can just be like a quick little, it has to be quick. That's the only thing. But down to about, 29, 30, whatever. I mean, we're basically on the doorstep of $30,000, $29,000. We're only about $500 away. It's about 2% away. So we're pretty damn close. But that could definitely be something that weighs on the market a little bit, and gives us some big relief. And if we did manage to get that, again, I would just be looking at resistance levels. The main resistance levels I'm going to be looking at are probably going to be these kind of horizontal areas around $37,000. I've been talking about that for a while. Obviously there is quite a lot of resistance from these indicators like the Ichimoku cloud. This now offering us some resistance between $34,000 to $37,000 on the Ichimoku cloud. That's on the 4-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, it's even closer, stretching from about 32.8 up to about 35. So obviously resistance is always going to be a little bit stronger on the shorter time frames. Moving average resistance has been a bloodbath for Bitcoin. Every time we have risen up into this resistance band over these last couple of days on the 1-hour time frame, we have suffered a lot. Not only that, but on the 4-hour time frame, we haven't even hit the resistance yet, and this resistance stretches between 34.5 to $36,500. And so that is also something that could be very problematic for Bitcoin if we manage to form that quick relief rally. It's just going to encounter a lot of resistance, and that could definitely be quite dangerous for Bitcoin. And so, what I'm going to have to do then, if we even get that, if we even get that far, is I'm going to have to watch and see, how much pressure actually steps in to keep, sending Bitcoin higher. If we do get rejected, do we drop down to a new low, or do we, perhaps pump up to these kind of levels and then set a low at 32, and then we enter a little bit of an uptrend, because that would be super bullish if we manage to do something like that. So we just have to wait and see how this plays out. There is no way to see what's going to happen yet, just at the moment. So that's kind of what we're looking at right there. Just taking a look at the comments. So that is definitely something to watch. I want to start taking your questions in just a minute. So if you have questions, now is your time to drop them in the comment section. I'm going to go through a little bit more analysis with you guys. I'm going to look at the dollar. We're going to start looking at altcoins. We're just getting started for this live stream. So if you're enjoying it so far, do me a favor and smash up the likes. If you do have any questions, anything in particular you want me to talk about, then I am reading every single comment. I'm going to see your comment. So drop it in the comment section down below, and write my name at @SamyLoyal. Use the @ symbol like with your email, @SamyLoyal. Use my name, because otherwise I might not, I might miss it. There's a better chance I'll read it if you use that. So I'm ready to go through your questions there. Also, I just want to highlight this again, for those of you who are reaching out or are interested. We are running a 25% discount on VIP right now. You're getting it a quarter off, and it's obviously it's priced in Bitcoin, so you're getting another 33% off basically, because the price has dropped over like the last week. So very, very low price for VIP, one of the lowest prices we've ever offered in Bitcoin actually. And so if you do want to be able to take advantage of that, then yeah, the way to join is by clicking on the first link in the description down below. That is going to take you to the free Telegram channel that I and my team and I run, where we give you even more analysis just like this on the markets around the clock for free. So if you like this content on the YouTube channel with free stuff, you're going to like the Telegram channel. The first link is going to take you there. You can stop there if you don't want anything more from me. But if you want the full package, if you want to be able to see exactly how I'm trading, why I'm trading, where I'm trading, where my stop losses, entries, and so on are, why I've chosen those levels, all of that good shit, then the way you join VIP is by clicking on my name at the bottom of any post inside of Proflies Gold, and then clicking on send message. And our discount is already running, so when you reach out, you're going to get the new pricing right there. So definitely do take a look at that if that is something that would interest you. Most people that join VIP, depending on which plan they're going to be taking, are also going to be getting free access into the advanced or regular Forflies Academy courses, where I'm teaching you everything I know about trading and analysis from A to Z in exactly my style. And it literally is from start to finish. We're going to rebuild on everything you know. It is probably the most successful thing I've ever launched in my life. And I'm super, super proud of the results we've had. We have completely transformed traders. We have created traders, and it's all been happening in market situations like right now. You're already a little bit late, to be honest. I was saying this, over these last few weeks, you want to be learning this stuff when the market is not volatile, because when it is volatile, you want to just be ready to go. So you're already late, but obviously you're never too late. So if you do want to jump inside and again, just take advantage of that, just to find out what's on offer, then these are the steps on screen right here. Let's move ourselves back to the charts and start going over your questions as well. Let's see what we got here. So read my Twitter message. I will not read a Twitter message on stream right now, but I'll check it out later on. Fun fact, charts don't work for this dump. It's a dump. That's a ridiculously stupid take. I don't know why you would say that. Please go over the shitcoin Luna and shit on UST pegging. I don't even know anything about UST. Isn't this like a new stable coin? I don't even know. Let's take a look at Luna though. Let's give you guys some more in-depth analysis on these altcoins. Is it dropping even more while I'm see how it's been performing. Yeah, since I started the stream, it has dropped a little bit more. I mean, this is pretty obvious. I think if Luna sweeps this low right here, this low at 44 or this low at 43.4, if it sweeps either of these two lows right here, you could be looking at quite a nasty continuation of the downtrend, just given how fast it's going on right now. So that is something to watch out for. Let's zoom out. I mean, yeah, it's got a little bit of support here, to be honest. It's just not good support. It's just not good. It's too ambiguous, you know. I mean, it's not very clear. So that is something to bear in mind a little bit, at least. Bear with me, guys, one sec. All right. Let's see what else we have here with Luna, though, because I am curious. Yeah, I think it's the same as what I was saying earlier on in this live stream, to be honest. It's got like a hell of a drop waiting for it. If things get worse, let's take a look at Cardano. Cardano is one coin that you guys know I've been watching. I've been very vocal in predicting that Cardano is ready to shit the bed, absolutely drop like a stone if it loses its critical $1 area, which it did right here. And now it's down to 60 cents. So it's dropped down by 40%. That is something which I was very close to trading, but I couldn't get the entry nailed down, unfortunately. That would have been a huge profit, but that's fine. It does have, yeah, another basically 20 cents to drop until its first support comes up. Guys, don't be surprised by this. You know, come on. I mean, we were... I don't even know what else to say. I mean, it's absolutely not like this is taking any of us by surprise. I was saying this stuff back before it was sexy to talk about the market dropping, because this stuff was already written very, very clearly in the stars of the crypto market, that if things pump up really quickly, bam, just like that, and they don't pause, they don't trade sideways, they don't correct down, if they just keep moving up in a fucking straight line, you're gonna keep moving down in a straight line too. And that is what's going on with Cardano. That's going on with all of your shit coins, every single last one of your shit coins. Look at Solana right here. It just lost its support. It's in the same position. It just lost its support. There's nothing between $67 and, let me see this price level, between $67 and 56. There's nothing in terms of support. And that's not even good support, in my opinion. The next real zone of support is going to be between $22 and $45. You know, it's looking at another big drop. You know, Link, again, look at this. Just continuing to fall off a cliff. Link's story is slightly different because it actually had, in my opinion, a healthier uptrend, but it's still pretty unsustainable. You know what I mean? There's a reason that you're seeing your shit coins drop so much worse than Bitcoin. Look at this. 84% down. 84% down. Bitcoin, meanwhile, down by minus 55. And that last 30% drop is a big deal. You know, to go from minus 55 to minus 85, you have to drop by a lot more. Take a look at this. To drop down minus 85% for Bitcoin would put it at $9,000 to $10,000 from 30. You know, like the price would have to drop by minus 60% from here in order to lose as much value as Link has lost. And Link is not the exception. I want to make this very, very clear. You know, those of you who've been subscribed to this YouTube channel and hitting up the likes and heeding my warnings will be totally fine. But those of you who kept your fucking heads buried in the sand, here is your reward for it. The crypto markets, I want to make this point super clear. Yeah, it's going to hurt. This is trading. Like, we're not here to fucking hold hands and be friends and, you know, like, pat each other on the back, you know, trade each other's shit coins and make... No, that's not how it works. It'll be like that for a little while, and it's exactly that same mindset that makes you look for shortcuts like that, which is going to result in you losing money on coins like Phantom. Look at this. Look at this drop. Minus 84%. I've just put into perspective for you how much of a crazy drop that is. You know, for Phantom to fall down minus 55%, which is what Bitcoin's current drop is, it was at $1.50. $1.50. In order to lose that next 30%, it had to drop from $1.50 to 57 cents. It dropped down by minus 66% further. Pretty hard to recover these kind of losses, you know, and to sit in them, you know what I mean? Like, what's that going to do to your mental state? You know, like there is a cost that you pay when you make bad decisions and you engage in hype. And one of the costs is obviously you lose money. The other cost is you lose your mental stability, right? And that's going to affect everything else in your life, let alone your fucking trading. That's going to affect your wife, your children, your work. It's not good. But it's also going to completely destroy your decision-making skills. And then there's going to be people like me that are able to stay level-headed because I've been hedging. I certainly did not see gains like what you guys trading Phantom or whatever saw, but I haven't seen those losses. So guess what? I'm like the tortoise. You know, you got the quick one. I think it's like the rabbit moves quickly, and then the tortoise moves slowly, but the rabbit like gets an injury and can't continue, and the tortoise is the one that finishes it. That's what trading looks like. That's what real trading looking forward right here inside of VIP. This is why we were able to see, like, we consistently have been able to win over the years. Okay, the last half of 2021 was actually pretty bad for me, but we've been consistently able to win over the years. And by the way, pretty bad for me. I lost like, I don't know, 5%. You know, like that to me is what I consider to be bad. You know, because we're exercising very tight risk management, we're not engaging in hype, we're sticking to what works, even when everyone else around us is going crazy, because this kind of thing always happens with these market cycles. There's no exception. There's no exception. There's never been an exception. There never will be an exception as far as I'm concerned. I can't see the future, but I've been through enough of these market cycles to feel like I know what I'm talking about here. And when you're engaging in coins with hype, you're just not going to be able to sell them because you already go into it with a gambling mentality, and you're going to come out of it with a gambling mentality. You're not going to just magically, fix your poor habits when you make money. You know, it's not like you're going to get more level-headed after you've just multiplied your money. That's not how it works. And so, you know, we're looking at these big drops right. All right, we're back. Sorry about that issue. Let me just announce this on Telegram. It would be impossible for me to have one live stream without a technical issue, right? I mean, it's gonna have to happen. I can't seem to get away from it, but we're back. We're all good. So let me get a quick audio and visual check in the comments if you can hear everything and see everything okay. Sorry for the issue there, but yeah, we are back now. Let me just double check on my side that we're also good to go, because I don't want to start talking for the next 5 minutes and find out that there's a problem. That's always very annoying. Let me see what's going on here. Just waiting for the live chat to load up because I can't see the live chat right now. Good. Okay, everything's fine. Perfect. All right, let's get back into it. Let's get back into it. It was a heated little rant. We're looking at the altcoins. I got your questions to go through as well, so I'm going to be going through that all in just a minute as well. Let's see. Some of these comments. Okay. Not paid his internet bill. Yeah, I have more problems than I should, to be honest. I'm a little bit ashamed of it. But yeah, here we go. Thank you all for tuning back in. Smash out those likes. Let's go. Let's go. We got 900 likes. Really, really cool. Thank you all very much. Let's break the 1,000 barrier. We're like 30 seconds away from breaking the 1,000 barrier. Guys, hit them up if you haven't done so already. Not many of you left that haven't hit up the likes. So thank you all very much for that. You know I love it. You know I appreciate it. Let's take a look at some of these coins. So anyway, yeah, that's Phantom done. It's just in a bad place. It's just in a bad place. Someone wanted me to look at Solana. I've already looked at Solana. Like I said, its support is a lot lower. Let's see XRP. This one's always fun. XRP is one of my favorite coins to shit on because it's just exceptionally bad. Let's see how it's done since, and this isn't even an all-time high, but you know, it's high from last year. It's down minus 75%. It's actually doing better than your other shit coins. Where's the rabbit coat? It's a fur coat. I'm pretty sure it's like a wolf or something. I don't know, but it's right behind me. You should be able to see it actually. You should be able to see it right behind me. So that is, yeah, let me know if you have any other altcoins. Let's take a look at the dollar. Let's take a look at the dollar now. The dollar has continued to rise up. The dollar has continued to move up. It's definitely getting a little bit of resistance right here on the dollar index, but it's kept pushing higher. This all, I think, relates to the dollar milkshake theory that I was talking about earlier, which is essentially where all major currencies in the world are getting weaker generally, but they're getting weaker faster, at a faster rate than the dollar is getting weaker. And so what we're seeing is that the dollar is appearing stronger compared to other major world currencies, namely euro, pound, I think Japanese yen, a couple others, is looking stronger, not because it is strong, but because it's stronger than the others. It's not as weak as the others. This is another way of saying, you know, like when you're out in the wild and you're like, shit, what do you do if there's a bear, but you're with somebody else? You know, one of the funny sayings that you can say is, you know, you don't have to outrun the bear that's trying to maul you to death. You just have to outrun your friend. Same for a shark. You know, if you're in the ocean and there's a shark and you're with somebody else, you don't have to outrun the shark. You just have to outrun the person next to you. Obviously, quite a horrific way of looking at things and thinking, but you know, we're just running with this. Wow, look at that bounce. That was quick. That was a quick bounce. Look at that. That's quite nice. I already, I'm not going to talk about it now, but that's pretty cool. One sec, this is the wrong tool. What have I done? Accidentally zoomed in a bit too much. That's a very quick bounce. Nice. Nice. Very, very nice. How quick did this bounce come in? Yeah, it was just in the past 10 minutes. Just in the past 10 minutes we got this bounce. So we'll see how high this bounce moves. This can definitely get some legs. Just because of how strong this downtrend has been, you know? Just because of how strong the downtrend has been, this bounce could definitely get some legs. So I'm going to be watching this with you guys on live stream today. I don't know how much longer we're going to go for. Let me know what you guys are feeling. How much longer are we going for today, ladies and gents? Why am I not in Dubai? Because it's hot. It's really hot in Dubai right now. And it's going to keep getting hotter. I don't like being there in summer. You guys got to remember, Dubai is a desert. It's a literal desert. It's just fancy. So, you know, I mean, deserts get hot. Needless to say. Yeah, a lot of blood across the board. Look at that. Boeing down 10%. Tesla down 10%. Apple down 3%. Wow, not bad. Not bad. S&P 500 down 3%. S&P 500 lost its major support. Didn't really have much support, but it lost it. Its next support that I'm seeing now is quite a ways down. You know, you see the S&P 500 dropping down there. I don't want to think about what Bitcoin's going to do. Probably going to perform pretty badly, I would have to imagine. It's going to be hard for me to be optimistic about Bitcoin, given what's going on with the S&P 500 right now. Obviously, yeah, it would probably translate to a drop down to about $20,000. So that is something that I will be keeping an eye on, because I think it's going to be very, very important. I'm going to go through your questions now. I think I missed quite a few of them. If I missed your questions, do me a favor and just drop them in the comments again, and just make sure you write my name at Sammy Loyal as well, so that I do read your question. If I don't understand your question, I'm not going to read it though. because sometimes people write like really weird things that just don't make sense. So yeah, please do drop them now, and I'll go through your questions, and then I want to talk to you about... I've forgotten now. What did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, about Bitcoin's path down to 20k if we get it. If we get it. We don't know if we're going to get a 20k Bitcoin, but if we do, I want to talk about how we might get that. Give you guys some thoughts about that kind of stuff. Someone's asking for Algo. I haven't seen Algo for a while. Let's take a look at Algo. Wow. Wow, this is really the exemplary shitcoin, isn't it? What is this? What is this? Okay, yeah, it's actually not as bad as the others. Only down by 80%. So if you had $100 up here, you got 20 now. Good shit. What is there to say about Algo? I mean, it's also in a horrible place. It also is just horrible to be holding right now. That's it. that's all I can say. Someone wants a 48-hour live stream. Lola's saying keep going. I mean, I think I got the stamina. I don't know about 48 hours, but if I order some food or something, you know, we might actually be able to make this work. I am definitely not going to rule it out, you know, doing a longer stream. Let me see if I can get Max on this. Let me shoot him a message right now. Let me see if I can I call him? I don't want to call him on a live stream. He might be in the middle of something. I've texted him. So let's see what he says. Shout out Max, the G. You guys know Max, MDX Crypto? I gave him a shout out in my last video. He's a very good analyst, and he's British. He's got a better accent than me. What about VeChain? Let's take a look at VeChain. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, it's just abysmal across the board. What happened to... This has got to be worse than the others, no? Yeah, it's about on par. Yeah, 85, 86% down. Again, no support. I mean, I don't know what you're expecting me to say about coins like this. There's just nothing. Look at this. There's nowhere on this chart that there was any time-based correction or price-based correction while the market was moving up. There just wasn't anything. So it's very hard for me to see how the market can actually find any support. The only support it has is this bounce right here, the previous bounce right here, and where it is. And I just don't expect that to hold. Let's see if there's a parallel channel that we can draw. Not really. Not really a parallel channel to draw here. Let me try this again, one sec. I mean, yeah, it's just this is the thing, guys. This is why I don't engage in altcoins. Like, yeah, you're going to have a great time until you don't, and then you're going to have a horrible time. Nothing to say about VeChain. Sorry, guys. It's across the board. It's the same picture. It's an altcoin problem. It's not a problem with like the tech behind the coin. It's the fact that it's an altcoin. They're just smaller. They dump really hard when the market gets weak. It's time to go up 40k. Time to buy. In your opinion, what coins will survive this bear market out of the popular ones, and which one will die? Andre, that's a good question to be asking, but I don't know because I don't engage in altcoins very much. I do trade them occasionally. I traded Ethereum recently, which to me isn't really an altcoin. I think that's one of the major ones. And I think there's only a few major ones. You know, there's Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, as much as I hate to say it. And that's actually it. I mean, I don't think there's anything that's huge, really, other than, you know, USDT or something. And I don't know which ones will survive. I don't know. Probably the ones that are already in the top 10. You know, that's what I would imagine. The top 20, top 25. They would obviously have a higher chance of surviving. But it's not a question that I think is productive. You're just so likely to lose your money, as is evident right now. Can I do AVAX? Let me take a look at AVAX. They're all printing the same chart. There's no, yeah, there's nothing to say. There's nothing to analyze here. AVAX actually has a lot more support than some of these other coins, though. This is horrible trading. Wow. It's total shitcoin, like zero volume territory. Anyway, AVAX does have support right here. About 10% lower is where it starts. And it stretches down to about $24, so it can halve, and it's still going to be in its support zone. That's going to be good for your mental health, isn't it? And similar picture, guys. Similar picture. Altcoins generally looking the same. Check out Polkadot. See what's going on with Polkadot. Same thing. No surprise. I think I'm going to stop looking through altcoins now. This is getting a bit boring. Down minus 79%. No support. Bad situation. All right, that's altcoins done. I'm not looking at any more altcoins because they're all the bloody same. Smart to sell or chill out? I'm definitely not a seller over here. I already told you I want to be buying Bitcoin right now. I shared details of a trade that I've just planned out inside of VIP almost exactly an hour ago. Again, for those of you that missed it, we are running a 25% discount on VIP right now. Many of you have already reached out to get that information, and you've already been responded to as well. So if you do want discounted entry, then take advantage of that. I'm trading this market right now, and I can tell you I'm not selling. I like to buy when the market is low. I don't like buying when the market is high. So, you know, that's just down to personal preference. I prefer to make money instead of losing it. And one of the things to allow myself to make money is to not sell when the market has already dropped horribly, but instead to buy, because that's how you get a cheap entry level. All of this is fairly intuitive, but there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that can scare people away from doing these things. You really do need to have an iron mind, to quote Andrew Tate, the legend. You know, you need an iron mind. You can't just pull this shit out of your ass. And that is, again, that's what we're putting forward right here. The Four Flies Academy course goes through this so well. We're teaching you everything I know about trading and analysis, but every single VIP member also gets access to an entirely different package where I've made an ebook and an audiobook version of it and a video course version of it. Same lessons in each of these three products, but they are rehashed slightly differently. And you get them. I mean, the idea is you read the book, then you listen to the audiobook, then you watch the video course, and you're learning the same stuff 3 times in a row. These are very key lessons that'll just drive it deep. It'll drive it really deep, really, really deep. You don't have to join VIP to get it. I'm pretty sure it's just linked in the description. Let me see if it is in the description, but it comes for free with every single VIP subscription, and it is very, very powerful. It's not actually linked here in the description. So if you want to buy it separately, just reach out to me on Telegram following these steps. But yeah, it comes for free with your VIP membership. So definitely take advantage of that if you're interested. And once again, I just want to highlight Bybit. You already know the deal. Again, this is the only exchange that I'm using when I'm executing trades in market environments like this. I believe it to be stable, safe, secure, and it's got all the liquidity in the world that I would possibly need. Most likely the same for you as well. So if you do want to sign up, you're going to get some free money when you sign up using my link in the description down below. Even if you don't necessarily plan on using it, to at least have the account is huge. Is a big benefit, because as soon as you're ready, you're already going to have some free money from signing up using my link and making your first deposit. You can deposit any amount. Depending on what you deposit, you're going to get more money for free, which you can trade with, and then you're just ready to go. And if you like the idea of using the same exchange I'm on, then here it is. Obviously, you are going to need a VPN depending on where in the world you are, which is something that I must recommend against, but I am doing it myself. So that's Bybit as well. I'm getting so many questions about GMT. I know I said I'm gonna stop altcoins, but It's always the really shit coins that like get all the questions, isn't it? I mean, look at this. This is brand new. It's dropped. It's halved in 11 days. I mean, I don't know what the fuck you think is going to happen in the next 11 days. If it's already performing this badly, it's got its only area of support right here until a further drop down to 75 cents. That is from the bottom of the support zone. The support zone ends, I would say, like right here at $1.99. Down to this support zone is a minus 60% drop. And from that all-time high, that is a minus 82% drop. It's dropped very, very quickly. Yeah, again, like I said, I don't know what you're expecting to happen over these next days. If it falls below this area, it's dead in the water, in my opinion. And I'm curious, is it actually... Oh, it is tradable on Bybit, isn't it? Yeah, Bybit has bloody everything, doesn't it? So, Bybit has a great selection of coins. This is something that I'd probably want to open up a short position on. One sec. See if MDX Crypto saw my message. Nope, still hasn't checked his phone. He still hasn't seen his phone. That's totally fine. If you're enjoying this live stream so far, ladies and gents, let's get this thing pumped up to 1,000 likes. Maybe we're already at 1,000. Hang on, let me refresh. Because the likes are not updating on my side right now. Let's see where we're at. On the likes. Yes, we have hit 1,000 likes. Beautiful. Amazing. Thank you all so much for the support. I feel so touched. We've hit 1,000 likes. Here we go. Pump them up even more. I'm here for as long as I need to be here, ladies and gents. I don't need to eat. I got my water. I got my caffeine. I'm ready to go for as long as we need. So let's keep going through these questions. If you got any particular charts you want me to look at, send them over on Telegram. My analysis and opinion about sushi. No idea. Let me pull it up. Pretty horrific chart, isn't it? Wow. Whoa. I don't know why you'd even look at this. That's whoa. That's the worst coin that we've seen today. Minus 91% in 1 year. A little bit more than a year. Wow. That is impressively bad performance. It's always the coins that shoot up like this. Like, guys, I don't know why anybody... I don't know why anybody would look at a chart like this and be like, yeah, I'm going to put my money in that. Like, are you even thinking? Like, seriously, are you even thinking? You've got a ridiculously irrational rally with volume that's declining on a total shitcoin called sushi. Nobody sees a problem with that? Really? Come on. Come on, guys. I mean, there's no space for that on this YouTube channel. We're not about that. We're not about that. This channel is not for you if you're engaging in coins like this. I'm sorry. This is... I don't know how I can help you. I honestly, like, you look at a chart like this and you're still interested in it? Like, come on. It might go back up to those all-time highs. Gonna be the wet dream of a lifetime for those of you who are holding it. But how many opportunities have you fucked off in the last year because you're holding such a total shitcoin? You know what I mean? Like, your money could have been in something that's actually making you money all that time, but instead you're losing so much. You remember this math thing that I was showing you a little bit earlier on? I was talking about how, you know, the drop from minus 55% to minus 85% is huge. It only sounds like an additional 30% drop, but if you actually do the math, it's enormous. It's a big drop. All right, to get from... Let me pull this up on this website right here. You know, if you start off with $100 and you get down to $15, that's a minus 85% correction. Right, you're down minus 85%. If you start at 100 and you get down to 45, that's what Bitcoin has dropped by. You're at, yeah, it's a minus 55% correction. To go from 45 down to 15, you have to lose 66% of your money again. All right? If you go from $100 down to $45, which is what Bitcoin has done in terms of percentage drops, you're down by minus 55%. In order to lose as much money as these shit coins have lost, and Sushi, by the way, let's just get an accurate number of this. I mean, this is more or less accurate, down by minus 92%. You know, you wouldn't have to go from, after already losing 55% of your money, in order to get down to the level of shitcoin losses that Sushi has seen, you lose another 82%. Another 82. All right? Like, I don't even know what to say. If you got $100,000 right here, is that 100,000? 1, 2, 3, $100,000 right here, you're down to 45,000. All right? That 45,000 now down to $8,000, you've lost another 82%. You're down 92% in total. Like, the way these percentages work when you understand the math is scary. Okay? Like, you cannot afford to take risks like this when you consider the math involved. At least I can't. It just doesn't make sense. And that is something which is very important to take note of, in my opinion. Let's see what else we got here in the comments. I don't even like Sushi, by the way. I don't understand why people like Sushi so much. Like the video, people. Help him as he's the only one keeping it real. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, man. We're keeping it super real on this YouTube channel. It's one of the reasons we haven't hit like mainstream popularity, because, you know, people just can't stomach it, and I'm absolutely not going to sell out and start talking complete shit, giving you guys the ridiculous hopium that's irresponsible, you know, which is going to lead a lot of people to make stupid decisions. Even though I'm not a financial advisor, it doesn't matter what I say. You can do whatever the hell you like. I'm not selling out. I'm telling you exactly what I'm seeing, how I'm seeing it. And a lot of the time, it ain't comfortable. It ain't comfortable, but we're not here to be comfortable. We're here to be traders. We're here to be traders, ladies and gents. So that's what we're looking at. Terra UST is crashing. Well, while we're talking about shitcoins that are crashing, let's go ahead and take a look. Terra UST. Is this the same coin? I actually don't know. That's how out of touch I am. Whoa. Whoa, what the fuck is going on here? What is going on here? This doesn't look like a legit chart. I don't understand. Is the dollar... Oh, this is the... Oh, shit. This is actually a safe coin. This is a stable coin. Terra USD. Because some people are asking me to look at UST, and other people are saying look at Terra. So I don't know which one you're talking about. I'm guessing you mean the stable coin. It's ranked number 9 in the whole crypto market. And it's not very stable anymore. Oh, man. I mean, look, if you want to hedge... Look at it. This is USDT. Lowest it ever dropped was 99 cents. This is an extreme fluctuation for USDT. And it didn't even drop by 1 percentage point. Oh, no, it did. It dropped by... I'm sorry, my bad. It dropped by 9 percentage points. How long did it take to recover? Not too long. This was 2017. Things were wild back in 2017. Things were wild. Do you think this is crazy? Shit, you guys haven't seen 2017. 2018. Yo, 2018 was different. If you survived 2018, you're good. Let me know in the comments. You've been here since 2018? I'm curious. Let me know. Let me know. There's stablecoin depegged. Whoa, that's crazy. Stablecoin depegging. That is quite something. They hold each other up. Okay. Have I talked about miners yet? No. Panic sold some this AM. So if everything goes to shit, I'll only lose house money. I mean, I don't really know what to say about miners. I don't think there's anything significant to comment on about that. Okay, yeah, a few guys been here since 2016. Shout out to Corey Phillips joining the space before me. I only joined here 5 years ago. 5 years for me. Wow, a lot of you guys been here since 2018. Some of you since before me as well, since 2016. So what do I do? I'm new watching your channel. I have a bunch of those shit coins. Lost my ass. Now what? Just do things right moving forward. It's the only thing you can do. It's the only thing you can do. If you're sitting in a big loss right now, you guys want me to talk about how you navigate big losses? Should I do like a little chapter about that in this live stream right now? Let me know. Smash up the likes if you want me to do that. How do you handle losses? What do you do? What do you do if you're down 80% right now? What do you do if you're down 70%? I don't even know how much I'm down. I'm probably down exactly as much as Bitcoin, maybe a little bit more. From its all-time high. Although, no, that might not be the case. I'm not sure. I haven't checked. I don't look anymore. It's not productive. I'm only interested in how I can rack up my Bitcoin holdings. That's the only thing I'm interested in, is how do I make more Bitcoin. And once I've been able to do that, I'm able to make more dollars, of course, because Bitcoin generally rises against the dollar over the long term. So if you do want to see me talking about how you navigate those kind of losses, do me a favor, smash up those likes. Let me know in the comments. Let's get a little bit of engagement right here. Talk about what to do in those situations. Can I look at Tesla? Long time watcher, first time chatter. Shout out to Randy S, commenting for the first time on one of our live streams. Shout out to you. Thank you very much for saying hi. Someone wants me to look at Tesla. I love Tesla. I am a fanboy of Elon Musk, and I'm totally not ashamed of it. I own 2 Teslas. I've owned 3. That's how much I love Tesla. It's definitely my favorite car brand for normal driving. If you want fun, it's got to be Porsche, something like that. But this green box, this is back when I bought Tesla, and the fucking exchange forced me to close my position. Because they were going to seize my funds. Because they're cunts. I didn't even do anything wrong. The money was clean and everything. They just wanted to fucking be annoying about it. So that's when I stopped trading Tesla. Which I probably should have tried to do again, but I was just so upset. Elon is our new god. I wouldn't go as far as saying that, bro. That's a bit extreme. I don't think anyone should be a god. I don't know. This chart is pretty messy, though. It's pretty messy. The thing about Tesla, right, is its stock valuation has risen up. I think too much. I'm not sure if it's sensible to say that Tesla is a $1 trillion company. Although I don't actually know Tesla's market cap. Let's see the market cap right now. Market cap 815 billion, so it's not a $1 trillion company anymore. I just feel like it's and again, I want to make this point super clear. Like, I am such a fanboy of Elon Musk. Like, I fucking love him to bits. He's my role model. He's my biggest role model, and I'm so inspired by him. And I can say a million nice things about him and his companies, because like I said, I've owned 3 Teslas and still own 2. I love what they're doing, but their stock managed to rise up really quick. Okay, like it went up really quick, and I just don't know if it's sensible to say that, you know, the market cap of a company like Tesla should be so much higher than the market cap of a company like Ford. Okay, Ford's at $53 billion. You look around at how many Fords there are on the road and how many Teslas there are on the road. You know what I mean? Like, the disparity is just too big. It's just too big. Tesla is like 16 times bigger than Ford. And to me, that just, you know what I mean? Like, how much of it is just hype? How much of it is because Elon Musk is a likable guy? These are very, very important questions to be asking, because yes, you might like the guy, but at the end of the day, you got your bloody money on the line. So let's have a bit more of a responsible conversation. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of my take. Name another. There's GM, right? General Motors. 55 billion. You know what I mean? Like, what's Volkswagen at? Like, Volkswagen, this is in euros. What is that in dollars? It's going to be like $100 billion valuation. It's still 8 times smaller. Volkswagen Group. Fucking Volkswagen Group. They own Audi, Seat, Lamborghini, a bunch more that I'm forgetting. Do they own Bugatti? I'm not sure. Is it Seat or Skoda? Here it is. It says it right here. Porsche. How could I forget Porsche? They own Porsche. They own all of these. They own bloody Bentley. Yeah, they do own Bugatti. You know what I mean? Like, this is a big company. Volkswagen is a big company. And Tesla's 8 times bigger than that in terms of valuation. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, Tesla's a great company, but its stock is very hard to read technically because it's traded so emotionally. And if you've been paying attention to anything that I've said over the last hour and a half about these markets, you're going to know very well that when you have these kind of situations in the markets, you know, it might not last forever, and it might end up going really, really bad. So, you know, I don't hold a position in Tesla, and I'm very happy to not hold a position in Tesla right now. I just don't think it's sensible at the moment. Tesla is a data company. Do not directly compare with car company. You know, people defend Tesla in all sorts of really strange ways. It's not a car company. It's a tech company. It's an AI company. I get it. But if there's any single direct comparison that you can make, it's cars. Hands down. I don't even think it's sensible to call it a tech company. You're not buying a Tesla for the computer. You're buying it to fucking drive, right? Let's just get that super clear. Like, I mean, if a Tesla didn't drive, but it had the same iPad in the center, you wouldn't buy it. It would be a piece of furniture. Okay? That's really, really important. Tesla is a car company, at least the way I see it. I get it. I firmly believe that Tesla is superior to all of those other companies, maybe apart from, you know, Porsche, because I'm a bigger Porsche fanboy than I am a Tesla fanboy. But yeah, that's my take on Tesla. That's my take on Tesla. Elon Musk could end poverty in some countries with his wealth, but does he? Well, I propose a counter question. What's your name? 𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗜𝗙𝗚. Is that a Scottish flag? Of course it's a Scottish flag. You're all commies up there. That's going to get me in trouble. That comment is going to get me in trouble. That's funny. That's fine. That's okay. Scottish people need to be ripped at a little bit. My best friends are Scottish, by the way. So, you know, I'll rip at them all day. This dude in one of his companies has employed 100,000 people as of 2021. I know he's not, you know, solving world hunger and stuff like that, but how many jobs is that? How many people are benefiting from that? Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's beyond the value that he just has given to the economy. People that say stuff like this are just not thinking. I don't think there's any way you can help the world more other than being an entrepreneur and an innovator. Hands down. I just don't think there's any other way that one individual can help progress the world more than an innovator or entrepreneur. Because you don't get rich as an innovator or entrepreneur if you don't help people. Yeah, people just straight up don't even consider these things. I like your sensible take on Tesla. I see the same thing with Cardano. The hype needs a reality check regardless of how great the dreams have been sold. 100%. 100%. And Cardano is getting its reality check right now. No worries. Good channel, bro. Yeah, and no harsh feelings towards you either. I mean, you know, I love Scots. Love them and hate them. One of my favorite drives I've ever done in my life was in Scotland. Up through around Ben Nevis, the A98, I think it is. Scotland's built different. Scotland is one of the most beautiful places on the planet. All right, let's go back to crypto. I don't want to get off track. You guys smashed up the likes and asked me to talk about how to navigate losses. And so that's what we're going to do now. If you are enjoying this live stream so far and finding it useful, you know exactly what to do. Hit up the likes, subscribe, tick the bell, join into our free Telegram channel. If you want some more analysis from myself and my team around the clock, again, totally free of charge, just by following these steps on screen right here. Let me pull up the comments again. I'm now having connection issues, so bear with. All right, I got a question on Telegram. Someone wants me to look at Solana. This looks like MM Crypto's chart. Somebody sent me MM Crypto's chart. I think. This looks like an MM Crypto video. This is not Solana, though. This is Bitcoin. Let me give my thoughts on this. Yeah, MM Crypto. You guys know MM Crypto, surely. You guys know MM Crypto. Let me talk about that. Let's just check everything's okay with the stream, though, just before I do that. Ben Nevis is nice. Yeah, Ben Nevis is crazy. Ben Nevis is absolutely insane. Some people are so strange. This one dude said, never say Tesla and Cardano in the same sentence again. I don't know how people get triggered by shit like this. This channel's not... How have you survived on this live stream for an hour and a half and that upsets you? Like, did I not upset you with anything else that I said previously? Do you think a 10x long is it fucking 10x, bro? 10x long? Really? Trying to go 10x long right now? Got balls of steel, bro. 10x long. Fuck me. 10x long. Wow. Someone's trying to make some money. Yeah, I think that's a horrible idea. 10x long. My God. No way. 10x long right now would liquidate you. Liquidate you if the price fell down to about $28,000. 27. Somewhere between 27 to 28. You'd be liquidated. You'd lose everything. That's a horrible idea. MM Crypto bought Bitcoin at $30,500. MM Crypto's a bloody smart guy. MM Crypto is a smart guy. What MM Crypto was talking about is this right here and this right here, showing that we've had a series of nice bounces from this box and that we might be in a similar situation right now. Now, one of the things that I like about this piece of analysis is that what this chart shows us is nice, generally speaking, evenly distributed hits of the support zone. Okay? We had this hit. From the first to the second hit took 400 days. And from the second to the third hit took 340 days. That's quite a big difference, to be honest, but it's not huge. I think it's like a 25% difference. This to the first hit took 116 days, and obviously this is not so spaced out. This took 300 days, but they are, it's not evenly spaced out, but they are definitely spaced out. And that's one of the things that makes a support level strong, in my opinion, is if you're testing it across time. All right, we managed to use this area as support for the first time ever, this $3,000 range as support for the first time ever in September of 2017. We used it for support again in December of 2018. Okay, so that's what, like 16, 17 months later. And then we used it again as support in March of 2020. So another, I don't know, year and a half or whatever. So, you know, that's a triple bottom, and it does indicate that, yeah, you know, the price could be rising up. The question is, are we going to do the same thing right now? Now, one of the reasons that this style, this particular form of analysis is quite strong, in my opinion, is because it's a fractal. And what a fractal means is it's basically something that's repeated, that's potentially repeating from what's happened in the past. Okay, and fractals are very, very significant. You know, if we get a fractal, that's a strong indication of, you know, the type of characteristics that the market likes to exhibit. And if we are displaying certain characteristics of an uptrend like this, you know, well then, you know, it's very possible that we can pull it off again. And that's kind of what Crypto was hinting at. This is very much within the same line of thought as my analysis, because if you've been watching this live stream since the very beginning, you're going to remember that one of the key points I was making is that this area is a potential big area of support for Bitcoin, and you know, that it also you know, very well could result in Bitcoin bouncing up, because it's bounced so many times previously from this zone, as we can see with these kind of, well, not now, but yeah, as we could see previously. So, you know, we could be looking at something similar. It's not something that I would want to rule out. You know, I mean, it basically agrees with the analysis that I was already talking about. And yeah, I mean, as long as Bitcoin doesn't fall below that 29K area, that 30K area, it hasn't yet lost this support. And what I would like to remind you all about once more is that when we're at market lows and when we're testing major support levels, people are very, very bearish. Many of you watching this live stream right now were here when this dump happened. I think, I'm imagining, I'm guessing many of you were. Let me know in the comments, were you? And someone's asking me how to hedge. There's only one way to hedge, which is you exit your position. Fairly straightforward. You know, and so, you know, people were very, very bearish right here, and very, very scared. And it was the same thing right here when we fell from 6,000 down to 3,000 at the end of 2018, beginning of 2019. People were very, very scared at this very bottom. The fear and greed index is going to show this to us. If we look at this this chart, like really, really zoomed out, let's bring us back to the end of 2018. Okay, I mean, it's hard to see, but at the end of 2018, December 2018, this is when the dump happened. Actually, let me just check when the dump. We hit the low in the middle of December. Okay, so in the middle of December, that's right here, we were seeing readings of 11, 13, 14, 11, 13. You know, very, very low readings. Basically exactly where we are right now. In fact, a little bit higher. We're actually worse today than a lot of what we saw previously over here. That was when we formed a bottom. The other one, obviously the March coronavirus market crash. We had an even lower reading than what we have today. We went as low as 9. So actually 8. That's the lowest reading I've ever seen. And right now we're at similar levels. And again, almost every single time when we've seen something like this, you know, we have seen Bitcoin actually manage to pull through and do something very, very bullish. And that's why I'm not worried. You know, support zones are where you start being more bullish, not less. That's my take. That's how I trade. That's how I analyze, and that's what I do. That's how I like to navigate and approach these markets. See what other questions we have here. I'm getting tired. I'm not on much sleep. I didn't get enough sleep today, and I haven't eaten anything. So I might have to call it a stream relatively soon. But let me know if you do have more questions, and I'll go through them before I head off. I could actually go for longer. It just depends on if we have, a good set of questions. So one of the other things that I mentioned I'd talk about is what to do if you've lost money in this market and you're down quite bad. You've got a few different options. You could wait. Maybe your coins will recover. You could reposition, move into safer assets. Maybe those coins will recover, but not as much as your shit coins, because your shit coins have probably dropped a lot more than what you might reposition into, like Bitcoin or Ethereum. They would probably recover. I'm sure they will, but they might not recover as much, because they're generally just moving in less extreme ways. Or you can completely change your strategy. You can take this as a wake-up call. You can decide that your experiment has run its course. You don't want to engage in it even more. Decide to cut all of your losses right now and never look back. It might turn out to be a very bad idea. It might turn out to be a very good idea. I've heard many stories of people that have, for example, started at say $800,000, dropped down to $500,000, cut their losses, and left the market. And if they had stayed in the market, they would have dropped down to levels like 300 or 100. On the flip side, I've heard less stories of people who will have dropped from $800,000 down to $500,000 and then sold their positions. And then if they look back, they would have made more money if they held on to the position. I hear about that happening less often. It's less often that I hear about it being a bad idea to exit bad positions. It happens. Sometimes it is a bad idea. Sometimes it would have made sense to stay in your position. But more often than not, from what I've seen, it is not a good idea to stay in those positions. And when I was in that position, I decided the same thing, that I'm going to stop. I'm going to completely redesign the way I trade, and I'm going to be doing things properly. I'm going to be doing things as I learned in the books. I'm going to do what the teachers that I was learning from in these books were saying that I should be doing, and I'm going to follow it without any exceptions like a robot. And it was precisely and only then when I managed to turn things around. It was only at that point. So that's a big, big deal in my opinion. That was back in 2018. And it was actually the first time that I really got famous in crypto was because of that. Because the performance that I was able to pull off was so strong. So that's my take on how you navigate. I would, and I did, throw the bucket, kick the bucket, quit, rage quit, throw the towel, give up on the terrible strategies, legitimize things, do it properly, and begin that path upwards. And it happened a lot faster than I thought it would. It happened a lot faster than I thought it would. I just want to remind you guys that if you're sitting here thinking about this kind of thing and you'd like to have a chat with me, talk to me about what kind of position you're in, yearly VIP members that join us and take up a yearly package will be able to call me any time. You can hit me up. We'll set up a call. We'll talk about what you're going through. And I obviously can't give you financial advice. I never will, and I never have. But there is a lot we can do within the realms of the law, which have been able to help so many people, you know, in their journey. That's all, again, right here. All you have to do is follow these steps on screen and just ask me about the yearly package. We'll send you that information, and you can take good advantage of that. Have we just ticked over 126,000 subscribers? Yes, we did. Wow. Thank you for hitting up the likes today, ladies and gents. Thank you very, very much for that. Thank you for subscribing as well, if you've done so already. If you haven't done so yet, and you're watching this live stream, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hit up the subscribe button. This is Realistic TA. It's always grounded, always has been, and always will be. Doesn't mean I'm right all the time, but it definitely means that I follow a very good process. And that is much more important than being right, in my opinion. Because, you know, you might be right based off luck, and it might not last a long time. But I am only interested in sustainable, consistent results. So that's amazing. Thank you all for helping grow this channel, for engaging with the video and so on. Let me know if you have any questions about that explanation that I just gave about what to do if you're sitting in a big loss. It's a hard thing. I mean, you know, you got to start a journey that's not going to be pleasant. It's going to be very difficult, and I know it's not what you want to hear, but it works, and it's the only thing that works in my experience from what I've seen. Any tips for a 16-year-old trader? Nothing different to what I'd say to a 40-year-old or a 50-year-old. I mean, as a 16-year-old, I'd say fucking play around, have fun with it, read books, read the books linked in the description of my videos, jump inside of the Four Flies Academy course. It'll teach you everything you need to know. It's the best way you can start. Even if you've already started, it'll reframe the bad habits you've picked up, because you definitely have bad habits. Everyone does. It'll help you reframe them. And yeah, that'll be good. I started trading when I was 15, dude. So, you know, I think it's very possible to do when you're young. Let's see what else we have here in the comments. Someone asked a really, really interesting question here. Let me see if I can find it again. What's the fundamental case for another bullish run? Probably the dollar collapsing. Or getting weaker. I think that would be a big thing. And the world just continuing to move forward. The world's just moving towards crypto. Governments continuing to behave poorly. That's always a big one. You know, it's one of those things where I honestly don't think you really even need to worry about it. It's just going to happen. It's just going to happen. It's just the way the world is headed. Yeah. We're shaking out the weak hands. You know, I mean, the people selling right now are the people that are weak, that, you know, didn't have a good plan when they entered the space, don't know what's going on now, and are unable to exercise critical thinking when they open a position or when they exit a position. You know, when you wash people out like that, you got a pretty good shot at seeing another bull run. That's been my experience over these last 5 years, where I've seen this stuff happen so many times. A quick overview of the correlations between the currency index, market indices, and Bitcoin. Max, I would love to, but I've been talking about that a lot over these last few days, so I don't want to talk about that right now. Thanks for your time and insights. Heading to cry under the bed sheets and maybe release one to calm the pain. Go for it, mate. Enjoy yourself. When's alt season? Probably right after whenever Bitcoin starts pumping up. Don't you think whales are now more motivated to dump and receive fiat versus the past? Fiat means real world currencies, for those of you who don't know. Because of the liquidity in the market now, collecting 10 million versus 100 million is a lot of difference. I'm very sorry, but I do not understand your question. Can you please rephrase that? What are my biggest tips? I know if I used 5x leverage, I'd be a millionaire, but I don't want to do it because I'm impatient. You sound like you're a gambler, dude. I don't know. But that doesn't sound like a healthy mindset to me. I don't know about tips. I only tell you what I'm doing. It's a 2-hour live stream where I've been talking about what I'm doing and what I'm thinking. So I'd say go back and rewind the live stream. I don't know. I mean, it's a very general question. You're gonna have to be more specific than that. Is XRP worth buying yet? XRP is never worth buying. I'm seeing a lot of sentiment of people saying stuff like, you know, Bitcoin is going to be dead until the next halving, which is in 2 years. For those of you who don't know what the halving is, that's where it becomes twice as difficult to mine Bitcoin. And if you don't know what mining Bitcoin is, then well, actually that would be somewhat impressive if you don't know about mining Bitcoin, but you've watched this for a long time. Mining Bitcoin is, yeah, I mean, it's what you do in order to make money to keep the Bitcoin network running, and you get rewarded for it. But every couple of years, and you know, depending on how much the blockchain is used and so on, it actually gets harder, and you get rewarded even less. And that is the nature of the markets. That is the nature of Bitcoin. Is you know, the supply is restricted as time goes on, and that generally, you know, applies a lot of pressure on the market to continue rising up. So very, very smart system. People are saying that, you know, we're not going to be bullish again until that happens, and I'm going to wait until that becomes more of a popular sentiment. I absolutely do not believe that to be the case. I firmly believe that we are not done with this bull cycle. My reasoning for that is we didn't actually have a big bull cycle. Bitcoin went from 20K, which was its previous all-time high, to 69K, which is its current all-time high. And that is a 3.5 times gain from 20K to 70. The last bull market went from 1,300 to 20,000. I'm not even going to do the math, but that's like 12x, 13x, maybe more, probably more, maybe more like 15x. So, you know, the numbers speak for themselves. This bull market that we've had, this bull cycle that we've had, just did not go very high. It just didn't. See what else we got here in the comments. Bet you can't do a cool action movie type slide across that kitchen bench. I definitely can't. And I feel horrible right now because I'm so tired from a lack of sleep. How much do you think macro events like a war, China lockdown, and inflation will impact Bitcoin for 2022? These are very different factors that you've mentioned. Inflation is obviously quite useful for something like Bitcoin because, you know, when inflation happens, prices go up. And naturally that would, you know, have to affect Bitcoin as well. But if Bitcoin's price go up, it probably is going to trigger a bit of fear of missing out. And so Bitcoin going up because of inflation might make Bitcoin go up a lot more because of excitement. And that can definitely have a strong effect on the market. War is a mixed bag. You know, you've got one camp of delusional people saying that people are going to buy Bitcoin in Ukraine because Russia is invading them. And that clearly didn't fucking happen. And then you've got the other camp of people that would say, you know, the opposite. And I don't think either are correct. I don't know. But, you know, when you've got that level of instability in the world, I don't think that's a great environment for Bitcoin. Obviously, you know, if I forgot my train of thought. Sorry, I just had to ban somebody in the chat. Like, some people are just so obnoxious and annoying. A lot less than, you know, we used to get a lot of annoying people on these live streams. Now we get less, but they're still there sometimes. But yeah, I'm sorry. I completely lost my train of thought when I saw that comment. Think we're going to have to wait 4 years to get past our all-time high? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Just rewind what I said 5-10 minutes ago. I spoke about exactly that. I do not believe that to be the case. But what I really want to see is that that sentiment becomes very strong. You know, it's when, you know, the average guy in the YouTube comment section on Twitter and so on becomes very bearish and just doesn't think that anything is going to continue and be nice anymore. It's precisely around times like that that we tend to see, you know, quite explosive rallies to the upside. And I think we're, you know, pretty much at, you know, a stage like that right now. It may get more intense. It would be great if it did, but it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. I think we have far overcorrected. That's just Bitcoin. Obviously, other things like the S&P 500 are massively concerning for the health of something like Bitcoin. And I think it would probably have quite a nasty effect on Bitcoin, you know, if the S&P 500 were to keep dropping. And unfortunately, if you've already been watching this live stream since the beginning, you're going to know my analysis on the S&P 500, which is that it is in a very bad place. It's actually continued to drop during this live stream. Look at that. It's set a new low for the day during this live stream. Let me know if you were watching this live stream since the beginning. We got 900 people here. Smash up the likes as usual if you're enjoying this content. You already know the deal. Thank you all very much for the support. Thank you for pushing us past 126,000 subscribers. What a beautiful number. Thank you all so much. Let me know if you've been here since the beginning. I'm curious. We're over 2 hours in. Ron, yes, I recognize your comment from earlier. Sammy, you have constantly criticized some altcoins as shitcoins. Just to be clear, I do that as a joke. I just do it for fun, you know. I'm a light-hearted guy, you know. I mean, I'm British. We make fun out of everything. So how can someone find a good altcoin to invest? Well, I think finding a good altcoin is pretty hard. I think that finding a good altcoin is pretty hard. So I don't know. I'm sitting on a few, and generally, Bitcoin has been better. Most of YouTubers stop making videos during times like this. Yes, they do. It's hard. It's hard as a YouTuber. But yeah, here we are over 2 hours into this live stream. You already know it. I'm here with you guys. I'm in it with you. We're going through the same thing, and it is totally fine. We're going to be all right. We're going to come out the other side. Most likely, I'm sure Bitcoin is going to continue to rally up and break its all-time highs and make us all very, very wealthy. I think that's quite obvious. It's not guaranteed. I can't see the future, but I'm pretty certain about it. Is Ethereum an altcoin? Well, I think it depends on how you define altcoin. To me, an altcoin is anything that's not Bitcoin. So, yes. So many of you guys have been here from the beginning. Wow. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys who've been here since the very beginning. Since I paid my internet bill, I've been watching. That's funny. Had your audio on and Fox News on the screen since breakfast. Nice one. I love the idea of breakfast right now, to be honest. That would be amazing. Alright guys, I'm pretty much maxed out for this live stream. Super exhausted. If you have final questions, let's go through them now. Once more, if you want to trade on the very same exchange that I'm using, with all the bloody pairs in the world, the best liquidity, service, safety, security, and so on, Bybit is the place to be, in my opinion. I don't actually know if it's the best liquidity. I haven't fact-checked that, but it's definitely very good liquidity. It's more than enough for me and everyone I know. I've never heard of someone having an issue with liquidity. Actually, I've heard of 1 or 2 people, but I mean, these are like billionaires, you know. I mean, I'm not a billionaire. I don't know about you guys. So, you know, Bybit is the place to be. And again, it'll give you some free money when you sign up using my link in the description and make your first deposit. You're going to get some free money as well as a thank you. If you appreciated this live stream, you found it useful, just doing that is going to help the channel out. So I would really, really appreciate it if you could. Helps keep things running and keeping the channel going. So if you like this stuff, it doesn't cost you anything, and you get to trade on what is, in my opinion, a great exchange. Obviously, depending on where you are in the world, you will need a VPN. But yes, of course, I cannot recommend that. One final time, VIP is 25% off right now. VIP is priced in Bitcoin, so it's even cheaper when you consider it that way, because Bitcoin has dropped by like 33% in the last week or two. So probably just in the last week. So if you do want to jump inside, enjoy these big discounts, and see what's going on behind those closed doors. Like I said, I've already shared details of my next trade inside of VIP. That's already been in there for 2 hours now, just over 2 hours ago, that those details were shared inside of VIP. VIP has already seen it. If you want to jump inside, it's not too late. And you also will see the next trades I'm making as well, because I share every single trade, all the information about every single trade I make inside of 𝗪𝗪𝗪's VIP. So if you want to jump inside that, it is a very, very powerful learning experience. You're also going to get, most people will, depending on how they join, will get free access into our 𝗪𝗪𝗪's Academy courses, where you get to learn even more about, trading and analysis, from me in a video course form, from A to Z. And it's taught in a very particular, very refined way. It's been super, super successful. Yearly members get phone calls with me too. So if you want to talk to me, we can definitely set that up. We've done a lot of those calls. They're absolutely great. So yeah, that's me. If you have enjoyed this video, guys, one final time, if you haven't done so already, do me a favor. Smash up the likes, subscribe, tick the bell, do all that good stuff. And I'm talking and reading the comments at the same time, so this is quite hard. But yeah, if you have enjoyed it, then yeah, you know what to do. Hopefully I'll do another stream relatively soon. Maybe the market moves a lot and I do another stream today. We'll see. But for now, I'm going to get going, get my day started, and I'll see you all